I grew up in an orchard. Our family home was in the middle of one, and the village was a greater extension of that orchard. Around here, our drink is cider. It's what we've made in these valleys for thousands of years. When I look around me and I see these beautiful valleys and hills, I can smell the cider apples. And I can taste the cider. I started making cider not because I wanted to be a cider maker, but because I couldn't get the cider that I wanted to drink. By 2002, I'd started Sanford Orchards. I'm really proud that in 2014, we took over the cider works in Crediton, which is the oldest working cider works in the whole of Britain. There's more than one way to make cider. You can make it for a few pennies with a little bit of apple juice concentrate and a lot of tap water and some bubbles and some flavourings, or you can press true cider apples, ferment from raw juice, allow that juice to mature and age and develop, and then only when a cider maker has tasted it and decided it's right, we'll put those blends together and it goes in a bottle.
Nature really controls what we can do. The weather, climate, everything affects our sugar levels, the flavour of the apples, the tannin. Every year when we press our apples, it's going to be different. So it's down to us and our ability to smell and taste. It's something that a machine can't do.
If you asked an apple tree where it would like to be planted, it would say, "Take me to the redlands of Devon." The sunshine, the soil, the perfect length of summer, and the lovely, steady autumns and winters mean that we're able to grow the best fruit on the planet. We're really lucky because we're surrounded by orchards like this. These are the best orchards in the world, looked after by experts who know exactly how to bring the best out of the trees to mean that we've got the most perfect fruit.
Our orchards are magical places. They change throughout the year. We've been growing apples for several generations. We've got some cider orchards that date back as far as 1908. It's great that we can supply apples locally to where we actually grow them. And it's an authentic product that we really are proud to have our apples go into.
Cider is made out of cider apples. The flavour that you get from a true cider apple is because that tree has been bred and grafted for centuries to produce a beautiful drink. The secret ingredient is tannin. So we've got tannic apples like Tremblett's Bitter, Dabinet, Yarlington Mill, Ellis Bitter, wonderfully characterful apples. That is what makes true cider so different. During harvest, you've seen the apples arrive at the cider mill, and you see all of that glorious colour and shape and character tumbling out of the trailer. 200 different varieties sometimes. What does that give us? Huge, deep flavour, amazing highlights, amazing base, and the kind of sense of place that you will not get if you order a tanker of one dreary eating apple. Apple harvest is the focus of a cider maker's year. It's the time where suddenly we need to call on our friends to help us. That's when the fruit must come in. That's when everything must be gathered, and that's where all our cider for next year is going to be made. The energy and the sense of adventure and the sense of community is enormous. Cider is part of our folklore. It's intrinsic to our culture. It's one of the ways we understand ourselves, and the orchard and the landscape wrap around it like a cloak. I want to make cider that everyone loves. Most people would know us for Devon Red or Devon Mist. These are glorious raw juice ciders. They're not super sweet, but they are super approachable. But we're equally proud of our lesser known ciders. Whether that's barrel aged, rich and powerful, whether that's spritzy and bright, there's so much you can do with the huge range of cider apples. We couldn't make Sanford orchards anywhere else but here. It's the soil, it's the people, it's the apples, and it's the community that brings it all together that makes it much more important than just our drink. That's what makes our cider so special. It's made in Devon, by Devon. It's cider done right.